Hello, everybody. Welcome to Writers with Purpose. I am Melvese from Written Words Publishing. At Written Words Publishing, we envision a world where every storyteller, regardless of their background, has the opportunity to share their voice, shape narratives, and impact the world through the written word. And today, our guest is Veronica Holland. She's the author of Survivor to CEO. So this book is part memoir, part devotional, part purpose-based business chronicle. It's for the woman who is tired of the same thing, who knows that she's called to more, for the woman tired of settling for less than she deserves, for the woman ready to turn adversity into purpose and her story into success. So let's welcome Veronica Holland to the stage with us today. How are you doing, Veronica?
I'm doing fabulous. How about yourself?
I am doing great. Thank you for joining us here on Writers with Purpose. So tell us a little bit about yourself and the purpose behind Survivor to CEO.
Well, I'm Veronica Holland. I am a minister, a mother. I am a author, becoming a speaker, and I am just so happy to share with the world the book that came from my breast cancer survivor journey, which is Survivor to CEO: Faith, Resilience, and Purpose-Driven Business.
Oh wow, that's awesome. Breast cancer survivor. That is so great. So what in your what about being a breast cancer survivor prompted you to write this book?
Well, it was sort of multifaceted, the catalyst for writing it. I wanted to, of course, bring awareness to breast cancer and getting prevention and getting yearly mammograms, doing monthly self checks. It's especially important for African American women because oftentimes we are diagnosed at a very late stage and we have a higher mortality rate. So I really wanted to be a champion for women in general, getting your self checks and getting your yearly mammograms. But also, it was a journey for me coming from a lot of adversity to purpose, to really walking in my purpose and recognizing where it is that God has called me to and who He has called me to serve. And that is women. And so it's become really important for me to, in sharing my story, to encourage other women to share your story because we all have a story and it's different for each of us, but God has placed something in us. And there are women that have felt this push, this urge to share their story, but don't really know how to do it, feel intimidated, feel unsure, uncertain. So I want to help empower women to share that story. It might be a book, it might be a course. She may also be led to speak, just to know that if there is a story in you that God has given you, to feel empowered to share that because there is someone waiting to hear that story.
Yes, we all have a story to tell, and thankfully nowadays it's easy to get it out there and share it with the world. Just on a side note here, I had my smash yesterday. I always tell the nurses, if you wanted some pancakes, I could have stopped at
Yeah.
IHOP on my way.
Yeah. Smash. Okay.
Yeah,
I feel you.
say, tea smash, but I'm not
Yeah.
going to say that
Yeah.
word out there.
Yeah. I got you though.
Yes.
But it's so important. It's so important. Yeah.
It is very important, especially too if you have a history of breast cancer in your family. Sadly, my mother, she recently passed away from her second battle with breast cancer. She was a breast cancer survivor, and it came back, and yeah, now she's on the other side.
Well, my condolences. My condolences and certainly prayers for your family. but
Yes, ma'am.
also a voice now sharing in, the importance.
Yeah, to share a voice to know that, for one thing, there are plenty of breast cancer survivors out there. So, if you get the early detection, you can and you will survive. You can and you will survive.
That's
Okay.
it. Absolutely. I'm living proof.
That's right. That's right. So is there anything else about your journey that you felt was that force your purpose behind writing this book? Like when you say from survivor to CEO, are you a CEO? Do you own a company or you?
Well, yes. The process brought about me becoming what I would call the initial stages of being a CEO. And this is what I want to encourage other women to do, is to just step out into what God has called you to do. Because I am now creating a business where I will be helping women. So I'm walking in my purpose driven business by helping other women bring their story to life digitally. And so it can feel intimidating again, stepping out in faith, stepping into a new lane. But when God has called you to do it, He will give you the tools. He will create a lane for you. He will open doors for you. He will connect you to the right people. So I'm just getting started, but I'm super excited. I mean, I would have never seen this. I didn't envision this before my journey. When I first was going through my breast cancer treatment, my sister actually, she really, in a prophetic sense, was like, you should write about this. And at the time, I was like, I don't really want to write about this. I don't even want to be going through this. So it was like, there was no way I was going to start journaling, writing about what I was going through. But when I came through it, the chemotherapy, radiation, all of my treatment, my surgery, and after, I did feel like there was sort of a shift in me where I felt like, you know what, I do want to share with other women because every woman isn't going through breast cancer, thank God. But you have been through a storm, you have been through a valley, you've been through adversity. Just knowing that God will get you to the other side of it but you got to press through in faith even during the challenging moments, even when it feels like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can make it. But I really wanted to encourage other women, and so I had to take it from me wanting to like be quiet or just kind of keep this to myself, and really understanding this is bigger than me. And when God calls you to something, it's going to be bigger than you. So we have to push past I don't want nobody to know about this. I don't want anybody to ask me questions or details. It's like, no, when He wants you to share that story because that is a catalyst for somebody else's breakthrough, we have to push past ourselves to do what He's called us to do.
That is definitely for sure. You definitely have to be obedient. You have to hear his voice and answer his call. That is definitely the truth. So yeah, I think that is really good too that you stepped out and let go of that fear and you went ahead and you wrote a book to share your story because everybody's experience is different, but there's someone out there who can definitely relate to what you've been through and what you've been through. And now that you are on the other side of it, you are a survivor, it can give them hope to know that if he did it for them, if he did it for you, he can do it for them. That's what we know for sure. And then it also can give them a guide or something so they can know what to expect, what to look, what may happen, and what they can do to overcome the different things that you have to go through dealing with cancer treatment. Do you agree?
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, because we go through different adversities, each person can substitute breast cancer for whatever it is, the challenge that this each woman may be going through, because it won't be exactly the same, but there are the same steps that we need to do to walk in faith, which is to trust in the Lord and trust that He will get us through because He is our strong tower. He is the one that will help us to be more than a conqueror, as the word says. And also, one of the impetus for my book is also I want women to really look into creating new income streams. I think so often women, we have challenges financially. We may have challenges as single mothers. We may have challenges in the workplace where we're not getting ahead as we should. We're not getting the promotions that we should. And we face more financial challenges. I want to really empower and embolden women to create new income streams. That's why the latter half of my book, latter third of my book, I'm talking about sharing your story as a means to activate creating a new income stream, creating stories, creating whether it's a course, whether it's a story, but sharing digitally in a way where you can reach people all over the world and create a new income stream. I think it's so important for us as women to have more than just a traditional working in the office 9 to 5, even if you're working remotely. But I think it's so important to have multiple income streams. We have seen economically all of these downturns and layoffs that have been happening, and people that have worked at a job for 10, 20, 30 years being laid off and now trying to re-enter the workforce. And so it's so important to have that additional income stream. And what I'm really emphasizing in the book is that it is something purposeful. So God has led you to this new income stream. So as you're serving, you're also able to create a new income stream, new revenue for yourself and your family.
That is so true. Okay, so sometimes while we're doing the show, I'm a publisher, and sometimes I just like to drop some tips and hints here. So you all heed Veronica's word. You can write a book, and you can turn it into multiple streams of income. Okay, it's not just all about the book. If you do a speaking engagement, you can use your book for a presentation. You can have if they allow you, you can sell your book on the table in the back. Always, 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 always have a copy of your book in your possession, because you never know when you're going to run into somebody and can make a one-on-one sale. Okay. I
Absolutely.
just had to
Always be
drop that.
ready.
Always be ready. It's nothing worse than the door opens. The door opens. We don't always have the opportunity as authors to discuss our books. Everybody is not our target audience. But when the door opens and you do have the opportunity to share your story, and the fact that you are a published author with whoever you're speaking to, what are you going to do when they say, "Oh, wow, that's really great. I would like to buy your book"? Now, if you don't have some on you, you have to hope that they remember that they talk to you, remember the title of your book, remember to go to whatever platform they're going to buy it from, and actually make the purchase. When you could have just pulled it out your purse, pulled it out your back pocket, pulled it out your trunk,
Yes. Wherever.
wherever, and made a sale right on the
Absolutely.
spot. Yes,
Yeah. Be
I'll
ready,
have
be ready.
always be ready.
Ready.
Always be
Always.
ready. Yes, yes, yes. So you say that you're doing awareness. Do you have any type of like support group that you oversee, or what type of breast cancer awareness or survival awareness actions are you actually taking
Well,
besides your book?
oh, absolutely. Yeah, in the book, of course, I have a page where I ask the question, when did you have your last mammogram? Have you scheduled your mammogram? So I try to promote it through the book, through my Facebook. I mean, one of my most recent posts was asking again, have you scheduled your mammogram? So I try to do that periodically through my own personal Facebook, which is Veronica Holland. But also, I have recently started a ministry called Her Heart, which is healed. The Her is healed, empowered, reset heart ministries. And so part of what I will be doing with that, of course, is promoting awareness and prevention. But it's really the catalyst for it is really that it's so important for women for us to be healed, whether it's spiritually, physically, emotionally, and really walk in what God has created us to do. When we really know who we are, when we know who we belong to, then we are empowered. And then we hit that reset button, and it's like no matter what I've been through, no matter what trials and tribulations, I know God's got me. I know I'm going to be able to walk into whatever He has for me. And so empowering women is just really important to me, just in every facet, just that we are again, knowing who we are, knowing that we're loved, knowing that we're fearfully and wonderfully made, knowing that God made us for greatness, and just embracing it.
Yes, 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 that's a good thing. I like your cover here too. I like your subtitle, Faith, Resilience, and Purpose Driven Business. That's awesome. That is awesome. There is a club a Facebook group called Resilient Black Women.
Mm,
It's a group where resilient women gather, and a lot of us are authors, publishers.
nice.
We're on Clubhouse every morning at it's 5 a.m. my time, so 7 a.m. Eastern time. So I would encourage you all, all you resilient women out there, search that group on Facebook, join. If you're on Clubhouse, come to Clubhouse to those rooms in the morning every day. It's a different topic that we discuss, and it's a really great group. I think that you, Veronica, would enjoy it. So you
I
should
gotta check
definitely
it out. Yeah,
check
it sounds
check
good
it
to
out.
me. I'll
Yes,
check it
check
out
it
for
out.
sure.
Check it out. Yes, everybody out there, you all check it out. Okay, so tell us, where can we purchase your book?
Yes, ma'am. You can find it on Amazon. It's on Amazon Kindle currently. So, Survivor to CEO, I believe you have the link listed, so they can just click on and go right to Amazon and purchase it. It will be arriving in paperback in January 2026. So, obviously, just next month, it'll be in paperback. And I have actually also created a soundtrack to go along with the book, which is on bandcamp.com under Veronica Holland.
Oh, cool. Bandcamp.com.
Uh-huh. Yep. Veronica Holland, my name as is listed here. And I have a soundtrack of about 6 songs to go along to accompany the book and just really, again, talking about being empowered and just walking in what God has for you.
Well, that's cool. So are you a singer? Or like, did you produce the songs, or where's the soundtrack come
I more so wrote it and produced it. I'm not really the singer, but
from?
I hope that anyone that hears it, that has a chance to hear a snippet of it, or if you feel led to purchase it, that you really will be encouraged by it. I just thought that was a fun thing to do along with having the book. My emphasis is really being empowered, walking what God has for you, because He has a purpose for each one of us. And if it's a story within you that God has for you to share, just let Him lead you down that lane so that you can share that with someone else who needs to hear your story.
That is a definite truth. Let God lead you and share the story, because you never know who you're gonna help, whose life you may be able to save or change just by telling your story. That's
Amen.
awesome. That's awesome. All right. Well, we are very pleased that you came to join us on Writers with Purpose today. And I'm extremely grateful that we were able to have this conversation and I didn't get sad or break out into tears.
Amen.
Also, you know
It's
why?
okay.
Because my mother was such a strong woman, and when she overcame breast cancer the first time, it was like at least about 10 years ago, maybe a little longer than that, when it came around the first time and she went through chemo and everything, and she had to get a mastectomy, and she came out and then she was fine. And then when the cancer came back about 3 years ago, I was like, well, you know what? She beat it the first time, she's gonna beat it again. And I did not foresee, her leaving this planet. So I was just extremely grateful that I knew that it was happening before it happened. So I had a chance to have my breakdown and everything before we got to the point where she came home, and I actually cared for her for about 2 weeks here, at home before she transitioned. So I'm extremely grateful to God for that. And I would just like to tell anybody out there, whether you are the patient or the caregiver, family member, if you have faith and you have some prayer warriors around you, two or three gathered together in prayer, that is what got me through it. Prayer. I mean, that day we were in the hospital and she told me that she knew that it was the end and she had been feeling like that for a while and she just didn't tell me. I had a serious breakdown, but I got on the phone with my prayer warriors, and the power of prayer is nothing like the
Yeah,
power of prayer. I've just had to give
absolutely.
that testimony right here, it's just so anybody who's watching, tap into the power of prayer. It will get you through whatever you are dealing with here on this earth.
Amen. I agree wholeheartedly. In all things, pray. I mean, that's what God called us to do, right? Have a conversation with Him. Let Him know what it is we're going through, what we're experiencing in, because He wants to encourage us. He wants to comfort us. And I have to tell you what your testimony that you just gave, I find that very encouraging because knowing that your mother did live for years after the first diagnosis, that is encouraging because, I'm only a year, a little bit over a year out from my in-person treatment ending. So it's always encouraging to hear that someone has made it 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years. It's very encouraging. So I want to thank you for that. It's giving me encouragement. And so thank you for sharing that.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us here on Writers with Purpose today. You all go out and purchase Survivor to CEO. Buy one for yourself. It's the holiday time. Buy one for a friend, a family member, anybody who has gone through any type of trial, and that they may need that push, that boost, that encouragement, that light to shine and show them that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, y'all.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we will see you all on the next episode of Writers with Purpose. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Thank
Bye.
you.